Hey everybody, welcome to your Sagittarius horoscopes for the week of August 13th through 19th. No planets in Sagittarius this week either. We will have some moon action next week. Yay, right when the Mercury retrograde happens. But we won't think about that until next week. No planets in Sagittarius this week. Focuses on the past. Interesting for Sagittarius to be focused on the past. I feel like there's a couple of things here that might be coming up for you guys. One of which is the past coming into the future, if that makes sense. Somebody from the past possibly bumping up unexpectedly. Which could it sort of seems like it's a great thing at first, and then after a while you kind of realize why you left this person in the past, if that makes sense. I think we all have gone through that at least once in our lives. But it seems to be really like a really fun thing at first, and then it just by the end of the week you kind of just realize, why maybe you shouldn't have gone in this route. It also may bring up some issues from the past, maybe circumstances around that relationship. Number one, it could be circumstances around the time that relationship was established. It could even trigger some difficulties that came up from the relationship in the first place. Bottom line here is that a lot of the time this kind of stuff comes up for a reason. One, because in some ways there's a lesson to be learned in this. Either we haven't dealt with the problem, and so it's coming back for a resolution, or we did deal with the problem. Somebody else is sort of coming up and making it your problem. And because you've learned the lesson, this is actually a test to see if you did actually learn the lesson. And those tests come up all the time. It is really frustrating. One, you got to learn all these lessons. Two, they're going to test you on them over and over again. Three, we fail miserably, and then we do the whole process over again. It is the human way. And everybody who's asked me, why is this? What's the point to it? The point is our own individual evolution. That's always what the point is, right? So I kind of feel like there may even be somebody that you had a really good relationship with before and it just went south. And so you're kind of hoping to rekindle that again, going back to the way the relationship used to be. And it's just, unfortunately, it turns out the same old ridiculousness is still there. It hasn't really gone anywhere, which is also frustrating as well. So that's one thing that I feel may be something that you guys are dealing with. Also, I feel there's an element of continuing patterns that should have been stopped like a really long time ago, if that makes sense. And we all have reasons why we took up this pattern, why we continue the pattern. And so there is an element of honestly understanding, not justifying. There's a difference between justifying your actions and understanding why you are doing what you're doing. Okay. To go back to understand where this problem occurred and where it started, so that it helps you to be able to eliminate the problem now when you deal with the circumstances that created the problem, if that makes sense. And that unfortunately means looking back into the past to see what roads you took that led to this particular place. So not necessarily a horrible existence for you guys this week, not necessarily the most fun existence for you guys this week either. It really depends on what you do with it, where you take it, how you handle it, where you are in your growth spectrum, and whether or not you make this as easy or as difficult on yourself as possible, because we do actually we do have control over that to a certain extent. So more control than we usually believe that we do. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do click the link in the description and send me a copy. You know how much I love that. My phone says yes, do that. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. You guys have a great week, which I know you are going to kick some butt. You always do. And I will see you next week. Make it a great week, everybody.